Good evening, dear sisters and brothers. Welcome to the evening session of Being Heartful Every Day with Swadhyaya. Today is day 37, and we continue with the sacred theme of Sankalpa, the prayerful intention. Last evening, we opened our hearts to the sense of Sankalpa, understanding it not just as a thought, but as a living vibration of the heart aligned with the divine will. Tonight, we move forward in our exploration by contemplating how Sankalpa is cultivated and the conditions that allow it to take root and blossom in our spiritual journey. In the heartfulness way, Sankalpa is not created in haste or mental agitation. It arises in a heart that has been prepared, softened through practice, purified through transmission, and surrendered through prayer. To receive such a sankalpa, purity is the soil, meditation is the nourishment, and remembrance is the sunlight. In such an atmosphere, intentions don't remain mere ideas. They transform into a live direction, a subtle stirring of our soul. Daji shares that when our heart is sufficiently refined, Sankalpa flows not from us, but through us. It is no longer about personal ambition, but an inner knowing that this is what the soul must become, must do. When practiced with focus and purity, Sankalpa becomes a powerful force. It's not just a thought, it's a sacred intention that comes from the heart. And when the heart is clear and surrendered, the divine response and our prayers or intentions gain strength and direction. In such a state, even a subtle suggestion can reach its destination with certainty. Sankalpa is most powerful when we live in alignment with it. When intentions flows into action, it becomes a path. Every small gesture, spoken word, a silent prayer, even a simple kindness becomes a part of a living meditation. The power of Sankalpa multiplies when it is shared. And if you feel touched by these sessions, consider inviting a friend or a colleague or a family member to join these sessions as well. You can introduce them to the BHED sessions or Heartfulness masterclasses. Sometimes one heart aligned in intention can illuminate many others. And this evening, we turn to the article, which is Nature's Open Secret from the Heartfulness magazine for study and reflection. In Daji's latest book, Designing Destiny, he discusses the importance of prayer as a tool for connecting with the source, listening to the heart, bringing about change and self mastery, and attracting divine grace. Here is an excerpt from the book highlighting the dynamic and life changing nature of prayer. Most people associate prayer with religion as a way to entreat God, a plea, an earnest hope, or wish for something more than we are or have, for something to fill us. It is designed to take us from our current state to our desired state. We pray for things we feel are lacking. Often we pray in times of difficulty and we pray for help, for hope, and for salvation. We pray for the well being of our loved ones. We pray to be forgiven for things we have done. We pray to change our character and attitudes. We pray for happiness, more money, a better job, or healthy children. We hope that God will fix our suffering and our problems so that our lives and the lives of others become better. Often we do this when we are at our wits' end, when we cannot solve the problems on our own, and when we see our own weaknesses mirrored in the world around us. At a deeper level, we pray for spiritual states that we feel are lacking so that we can grow and evolve. We may pray for enlightenment, nirvana, heaven, liberation, and God realization. Prayer can be selfish or selfless. It can be forceful or subtle. It can be for little things or life changing events, or it can be for worldly things or spiritual states. Prayer is communication. It can range from the superficial to the profound. It can be a simple conversation. It can evolve to progressively deeper levels of communication, and eventually it can become a state of communion. Prayer thus evolves as a potent way to communicate with God. Prayer is about connection and how we activate the flow of transmission through that connection. Prayer is also about how we eventually establish a state of osmosis in that flow. A prayerful heart carries the eternal fragrance of divinity wherever it goes. It is an expression of love that can only be shared with the beloved. A heart drowned in prayer keeps us alert to our goal. And this absorbency also helps us to recognize our defects and find possible solutions to remove them. The concept is similar to the way fluids create different across cell walls in plants and animals, so that nutrients can flow into the cells for nourishment. In prayer, we create a similar differential between the divine and ourselves to allow divinity to flow into us and nourish us on a spiritual level. It is simple science. We create that differential by cultivating a state of vacuum in our heart so that the current of divinity flows in, eventually leading to a state of osmosis with the divine. That state of vacuity or negation also establishes a relationship of devotion with the divine. And this is what allows us to attain the state of highest purity. Dear brothers and sisters, we'll take pause from the reading right now. Let us gently bring our attention inward, allowing the sense of what we have just read to absorb into our hearts. We need not hold on to the words. Just let their vibration remain with us like the lingering scent of a flower. And it is time for the universal prayer. Let us now gather in silence with heart full of love to offer the universal prayer together. सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे हैं और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है. All brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. May this universal prayer profoundly awaken love and spiritual devotion in every heart, drawing all into its sacred, unifying awareness. Dear sisters and brothers, as the day winds down, return to your inner center, offer your reflections and bedtime prayer. Daji once said, prayer is the soul's language, intention is its fragrance. Let your prayer tonight carry the fragrance of sincerity, purity, and the silent surrender. Tomorrow, we will continue reflecting on the subtle nature of Sankalpa, including what may strengthen or weaken it on our inner journey. Dear sisters and brothers, thank you for sharing this sacred space tonight. And we look forward to seeing you all for our morning session, which is going to be at 6 a.m. Until then, may your intention remain anchored in the heart, and may your heart remain anchored in beloved Master. Wishing you all a very good night.